Hello, una wey dey watch me. This na quick message on the mpox sick na salon wey dey comot from Liberty Online TV. As of today, the case dem na salon just dey go up. For make sure say you no get this sick, National Public Health Agency don say we for wash we and all time avoid boku shakan and all, and no go near person wey get the signs dem of mpox. And sef, if you sabi anybody wey get high fever or rash and body, make im rush go na hospital one time. This message dey come to you from Liberty Online TV.
A nation forged in resilience from the ashes of the 11 years brutal civil war through the shadows of Ebola, COVID-19, and the mudslide. Sierra Leone rises, but the journey is far from over. Governance strain. Youth demand more. Women demand more. 60% in poverty. But what if the solutions lie not in silence, but in dialogue? This is not another talk show. This is State of the Nation, where every voice feels change. From Freetown to Kono, we are turning debates into action. No script, no spin, just Sierra Leoneans rewriting their future together. So we bring you a movement not just to speak, but to be heard. Speak out. Hold power to account. This is your nation. This is your voice. This is State of the Nation. Only on Liberty TV on Facebook, YouTube, and on www.libertytvonline.com. Every month, the last Sunday, 7 to 9 p.m. Tune in. The nation is watching.
I think currently I have a thing for Vicky Remo.
Hello viewers, we don dey bring different content dem to you, and we no dey tire for make the content dem wey you like. And now we dey bring fun and shorts with Adri. This na game show wey say your favorite celebrity, social media influencers, students, and other people go play game dey like truth and shorts, charades, riddles, and other game dem wey you sef go learn from. This content will come to you every Sunday, 9 o'clock na net. Now all the Liberty Online TV social media platforms then.
She chose number one. She's always number one.
Period.
On top.
Period. On top.
Yeah, man.
So not miss out. Join me for laugh with your favorite celebrity and social media influencers then.
You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
Good morning, viewers, and welcome to another edition of The Breakfast Show, where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV. We they stream na Facebook, YouTube, and also now our website, where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. We will bring the program come to you this Thursday morning. Mina Khadija Bangura.
And Mina Mabel Kaba. Good morning. Today na Thursday, the 3rd day of June, today na Thursday, the 3rd day of July 2025. And inside this edition of the Breakfast Show, if you can remember, inside May, the opposition at Parliament, All People's Congress APC party, being the call for the resignation of the Clerk of Parliament, Honorable Parantarawali, of the President Sakam, because according to them, the Clerk na Parliament, Honorable Parantarawali, involved actively na politics, also be the contest na one of the position them na the SLPP, then lower level elections then, and because of this contest where they contest and active pan politics, then be they ask say if for resign in position or then go stop for gonna parliament. And we see outside the APC members of parliament then be don't stop for gonna parliament after we then be write the Speaker of Parliament officially for sake of this decision. Well, from that time to now, we see yesterday a letter where the Speaker of Parliament sent to the opposition. Now Parliament they indicate say if they don't talk to the president, and the president don't give directive for let the Clerk na Parliament go on leave. Well, now this issue we can look at inside this edition of the Breakfast Show. The time where the APC take for the out of Parliament, waiting at the advantage and disadvantage them. So then as an opposition and the people that they represent in Parliament, now that's what they discuss in this edition of the Breakfast Show.
Well, this and other story them, then the program for you this Thursday morning. Remember, say you say for the watchery. If you get your comments, you get your thoughts, we want for share with we concerning the topic they look at this morning. Send them to the number +232 74 200 545. +232 74 200 545. Now the number we for send you message, or you can as well drop in the comment section at any of the platform them where they watch with this morning. The program where they watch, now the Breakfast Show, where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV. And also don't forget to say, as you they watch, now for share the program so that more people go join the conversation. If you don't follow any of our social media handle it, kindly press the follow button, especially with YouTube channel. Also get different contents and they can drop for. Now go to YouTube, search for Liberty Online TV. You press the subscription button and turn your post notification bell on. And also we get with WhatsApp channel. Just go na your update button, press then you go na the channel and search for Liberty Online TV and follow the channel. Also you can drop different contents there as well. Continue for watch Liberty TV as we there so for bring count on all the breaking news and stories them where they happen but different in them na salon.
Right, so we continue with the Breakfast Show, and the first issue we look at this morning now UNICEF together with the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education don't pull the comprehensive life skills framework now for young people outside this life skills framework they help for show young people how they will get sabi for do business for themselves and get themselves work. Let we just watch as Al Hassan Kuruma gets more on this and Ego reports.
The Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, with support from UNICEF and other development partner them, don't pull the first and comprehensive life skills framework when a partner waiting they only do for create impact pan education for young people. This new framework they look inside policy them for bring can important life skills like critical thinking, emotional resilience, problem solving, teamwork, and empathy inside the national education system. We been the talk, the Director of Research and Curriculum at the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, Usman Kamara, say young people for focus on entrepreneurship, for get something for do for themselves.
Dry plastic, is that quality? You know the chemical for dry color that has a pigment that can be used as ink? There are people for clear seed that has a pigment that cures hypertension, that is working me now. We don't know. So if you make real Kenya paper with nothing but just Kenya paper and the customers taste that from you and there's levels on the market, who do you think is going to take over the market? You produce the quality ones. And most of the products are contaminated. Do we think about that as business branding from Hyper in general? No. What do you think of? These are my degrees. I went to Hyper You went to IPOP and you have a job, it's an insult.
As UNICEF don dey give support to adolescents and young people na Salone, the deputy representative for UNICEF na Salone, Liv Ellen and Renton, say UNICEF dey give support to the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education for ensure say they implement this framework wey go help reduce the plenty challenge by unemployment, gender inequality and other one dem.
For Sierra Leone, how do we want it to be for us? How is it best placed in this country, in this culture, and addressing the needs we have for better prepared children and young people to contribute to the country's development and everybody's well-being.
Because the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education gets role for play for ensure say the National Life Skills Framework achieve in aim and objective, the Deputy Director, Gender Unit at the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, Annie L.J. Kone, say plenty people know they get work because they don't learn skills.
Hard from Action Aid actually helps adolescents to develop where children actually have quality development when they acquire the skills of life skills. But I want to draw your attention to the fact that it is not just adolescents that need life skills. Even adults have life skills. And people suffer from the hands of leaders who do not have life skills because it has to do with your relationship with others. Life skills actually helps one to live amicably with others.
This now waiting Usman when our journalists been say, but how it like for make young people decide, but waiting they want for do na life.
Now a few things, and the first one is poor decision making, because growing up, you know, as a kid, you have this big dream to be this, to be that, to be whatever you want to be. So I had this big dream of being a doctor because that is what my mom wanted. And my elder brother wanted me to be an engineer. You know, at that age, I couldn't make decisions on my own because I was tender. I was a very young boy. I couldn't make decisions. And to me, I want to be an actor. I want to work for a BBC. I want to be a reporter. I want to be a football analyst and all of that. But I couldn't achieve that because I did not have a decision. I didn't have the right decision to make that moment.
The National Life Skills Framework, according to UNICEF, gets plenty challenge and climate-related risks, gender inequality, and youth unemployment. We make the ministry where they work with UNICEF say then go ensure say then introduce life skills education for improve the learning outcome and promote inclusive development. Na Salone for Liberty Online TV, Al Hassan Kouma the report.
All right, we continue with the breakfast show where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV. We they stream na Facebook, YouTube, and also na we websites where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. We they continue with the show this morning, and from that report today quickly, we they go na the Ministry of Fisheries. As people can remember, Liberty Online TV been on a story we get for do with the demolition where the Ministry and of Fisheries and the Ministry of Lands been do na. Yeah, we do na DPI water and also na Black Johnson who side and demolish property them of people within this particular area because the Ministry of Fisheries say they don't sign agreement with the Chinese government for can build a fish harbor at that particular place. They, according to the Ministry of Fisheries and the Ministry of Land, then say them don't they engage people that will get property in this place for they relocate them and self-pay them compensation. Well, Liberty Online TV been give extensive coverage inside last week for this demolition. Well, yesterday, the Ministry of Fisheries been meet with journalists them who said they say they go respond to the allegation them where the property owner them of this particular demolition be affect. We reporter Mohamed Kamara Bindede and Now report.
Inside 2021, the Salone government be announced the $55 million fish harbor project. wey they want for build a Black Johnson community in the Western Peninsula for help boost the fishing industry and export capacity. After this announcement, concern become from the public and people where they live in this community. But how this project get for cause deforestation, coastal erosion, and also displace people where they live there. But this being time, people will get host and resort na Black Johnson and Big Water community become with complaint to the media, say soldier man and police officer them go na them community with gun and broke them place them. For second concern here, make the Ministry of Fisheries and Marine Resources be all one meeting with journalists them for explain about the Fish Harbour project na Black Johnson community. Princess Duba, na the Minister of Fisheries and Marine Resources, and before start for explain about the development where this Fish Harbour project go bring na the country.
But the truth of the matter is the 55 million now for the people of Sierra Leone, because people that they feel say we don't give this land there to Chinese people. Then the Chinese then they come, they build the fish harbour, build the Ministry of Fisheries there, then build a fish market, and then they hand over. As soon as they're done, you know, they even take one day in their hand, then they hand over, they give you the structure and everything in it. So that particular facility there and that place there, na Sierra Leone and then get up. And because na 252 acres, 50 acres then na the water, the balance all na land. The Chinese they know they use all the land. So what we want do, we want let that place they be state of the art. We say all the value chain we want for fisheries, like processing plants, boat repairs, all of those things then we go want put on this. So we they look for investors there.
Princess Duba, same way so continue for talk about the host them where them broke this BNTM na Black Johnson and Big Water community.
That demolition where people they talk up and down, if we go show una pictures then we show say when they get that land there, no building no be there. This man will testify that nobody no building. And we tell land say let them not sell that land again because that land there for this purpose here for fish harbour. Now when people then feel say okay well this thing I don't stall so tell no go happen, now people then begin build again. And we don't talk to them severally. Before we even forgo demolish, we did a threat assessment. We get involved the police, the UNICEF, the military, UNICEF, lands, everybody go there. Lands then say go before tell the story behind Black Johnson. Black Johnson we exhausted all the processes we for exhaust.
Inside in own talk, the State Counsel and Legal Adviser for the Fish Harbour project, lawyer Yusuf Isaac Sise, explain about the legal procedure where government follow for take the 152-acre land na Black Johnson and Big Water community.
Where they don't survey the land, they don't put in the survey report, the survey plan. On the 26th day of November 2021, these documents were laid before Parliament. They laid on Parliament. When laid on Parliament, on the 9th of December, the same 2021, the Minister of Lands go before Parliament, made a case on behalf of the people of Sierra Leone. And you know, in the past Parliament, when they passed this, the Parliament comprised of SLPP, APC, and NGC. I'm not trying to be political here, but I want to give the context. For tell we say this that all man agree. All man agree for that it happen. So we go after you don't make the case for the 252 acres of land. Questions were asked, he clarified them. Queries are made. He make sure say he allay the fears of members of Parliament, and they ratified the composite accusation of the 252 acres of land unanimously on the 9th day of December 2021.
Lawyer Yusuf Isaac Sise carry on say, after we government be done survey the land inside May 2019, all the one them we get documents before these dates entitled for get compensation from governments.
So if you document not authentic, you're not eligible for compensation. First of all, who cannot deal with you? Who will deal with you? Now people that will present authentic document, people that will convince you say the owner whether you get full or half or not, but as long as you can justify them, will deal with you. So the question is, how go about now for which you are the non and the one that we entitled? So we work with the community. We work with the headmen, the tribal headmen, and the community with other stakeholders there. So we do what we call 3 site verifications. So after we receive over 200 documents coming no more flow in. We don't get problem with that, we will accept them. We can verify now how much people are now entitled. Now 21 out of the whole of 21.
Lawyer Yusuf Isaac Sise end up say the Public Land Act cap 116 na the laws of Salon 1960 get provision wey give power to government for take any land and use them for the country in benefits. For Liberty Online TV, me na Mohamed Kamara, the reports.
Welcome back. You still watch the breakfast show on Liberty Online TV, and from that report today from the Ministry of Fisheries, members say today we tell you that this edition of the breakfast show, we take a look at the decision where the opposition at Parliament, the All People's Congress, APC party be make inside May, outside them be stop for going to Parliament because them be call for the resignation of our President Sack, the clerk na Parliament. And like I tell you earlier, yesterday we see a letter we come out from the office of the Speaker na Parliament we been write to the opposition outside they confirm say they don't get a discussion with the President, and President Bio been don't get directives for let the Clerk of Parliament go on leave from the 22nd of June. Well, waiting they happen and waiting been done they happen since the APC stopped for going to Parliament. Now that's what they discuss now this edition of the program. And members say yourself when they watch the program can drop your message, ask your question, make your comments regarding issues them where we discuss now the program. For can help we talk about this now the studio this morning, we get Honorable Abdul Karim Kamara, we now the whip na Parliament for the opposition. And there this morning they represent them. Good morning and welcome to the breakfast show.
Good morning, Rebel.
We also expect Melvin Tijan Mansare, winner a journalist and a social commentator at the studio this morning. But let me just start for talk to you, Honorable AKK. As I don't tell the viewers them, we see a letter actually come out yesterday in the media where they confirm say the Speaker of Parliament don't tell una the opposition for begin go back na Parliament after we according to Ram as soon as they see the letter now the President given directives for let the Clerk of Parliament go on leave. We can look at that letter there, but let we just know since May we una been give this notice and una stop for going to Parliament, waiting be done they happen. Una the members of Parliament we suppose for they represent the people. Waiting be done they happen.
Well, first of all, I want to make something very clear. We job as members of Parliament is basically 3. We make laws, we represent the people, and we go oversight. From May we not going at the well. Now 2 functions we not be the do, which is oversight, and we also not be the in terms of the lawmaking not the well. But in terms of representation, we're still representing the people because of the interface with the people them, and some of the concerns with the people them they raised, not to necessarily we inside the well of Parliament to solve them. So that function they was up and running, and we be the do them. We will not be doing at the well of Parliament, waiting be the happen. We will follow keenly the parliamentary sittings them with them all, and some of them we had our own personal issues with some of the things that don't pass, and as a party we go try to make we own position very known. When you make a law today, don't mean say it's a law forever. It could be amended, and it could also be discussed. And we also follow national events them around the issues that already happen. We also be the tweet and use social media for comment on some of the issues that already happen across the country. So far, much has not been done. It's just about 2 sittings that we don't get, and then 2 sittings, and they then deal with the Bontais Island project. And of course, today we get other things within the other paper, then do some approvals. Much has actually not be done.
In as much as you say much not be done in an absence na Parliament, but there is a gap. We elect how you talk na a gap. Let me take, for example, on an absence for the agreement we go for do with Bonds Island. Because now we see the issue where they happen at Black Johnson. Even though the term for the Black Johnson on a been in a parliament, but talk less of on an absence in a parliament, agreements like Dandy, for example, the other members of parliament and from the ruling party smoothly get a smooth ride for the waiting they want to do. How the APC take this?
Well, interestingly, our democracy is still maturing, but in other matured democracy, this is not part of parliamentary discord. Waiting, we for this point, waiting we also want our home is that there are many ways we can vent out with dissatisfactions with government without being violent, and there are many other ways we can seek redress for address issues, also using we own tools as members of parliament. This could be one. We have many other. Again, I don't want to comment on the Black Johnson situation currently. We will put out a statement on it. And also because when agreement comes to parliament, I have said this many times, you get agreements that already come before parliament. You get what it take for nullify an agreement. An agreement, you know, there are men and agreements in a parliament. An agreement is either you totally nullify the entire agreement, and if you want to do that one day, you need 2/3 of the parliament, where in most cases are not just one specified to this current regime, but most time it is difficult for opposition parties in parliament forget that 2/3 for overturn agreements. So when somebody say, oh, all the parties and within a parliament with this agreement pass, again, you get to also understand, say, well, it's not just the passage. Again, what people are not also they listen to is, as I say, I don't want to comment on the Black Johnson situation, but I remember I was following that well. The position of the APC MPs, if you go back and read the answers, you look for the video, Honorable Cadiz, Carlon Davis, will be the 111. He stood on that day and narrate the situation of the people in that area day, and we stood against that agreement, calling it a bully on the part of the Sierra Leoneans living in those communities. But when a vote is taken in parliament, it also means everybody within a parliament that moment they participate, and it's a decision of parliament. And when it's a decision of parliament, it means it will be disassociate with a farmer. But I will tell you, say, on the day, in fact, before them pull and safe, we made press release, we make a letter to the president on that issue day, and the international media was all over the place ranting on this Black Johnson. Let me just just clarify them. We'll make opposition very clear on them, and waiting that will be fair then 10 and day. Now, actually, they come out. So now, but as I say, we will make an official position on the Black Johnson situation.
So now that make deliberately, I bring that example there, because if the one way on a day na the well, on a get on a position, make an loud as on a cold, on a see the outcome. Talk less of the one now way in on a absence. Another agreement was taken to parliament, okay, and on a not been there for even make a contribution, talk less of a position.
Okay. You see, when it comes to government dealing with its citizens, the first thing I hate using this word responsible government, but a people-centered government, they look at what's the feedback, what do we stand to gain when we're dealing with our people. Because again, as I say, in an agreement, the agreement comes to parliament after it has gone to cabinet. And in cabinet, you have the president, who is the #1 man of the state, sitting on those issues, you understand, as chairman. They approve them, they go finance, before you come, go to the AG's office for legal advice, it can a cabinet, all the thing in this. So it beholds everybody, you know, we don't reach a stage with democracy in which everything is like, okay, what in parliament don't do. I am sure if president in wisdom, and is supposed to be the fountain of honor, is supposed to be the father of the nation, if he's taking a decision, he have to look at not just the economic implication of the decisions the way they take, but he also needs to look at the welfare needs. Government is just not just about making money. Government is also about addressing the needs of the people. So as you talk about the Bond Island with them pass, I tell you, say, even when we were not there as an opposition, I am sure we are also going to make our position clear on it, where there are challenges in the whole thing. We are going to speak on them. But our absence in the world is also one thing we many people need to understand, waiting not just the situation of just the parents scenario. Yeah. In democracy, there are times you reach a level and say, no, I think at this point, we will begin to get a U-turn for say no, we have to stop it from here. And one of the things we don't highlight, and when many Sierra Leoneans believe in, when we go to Parliament, it's just Parliament it pass. And if we don't build the confidence of the people, for say you can come to Parliament and even talk to a ruling MP on an issue where they affect you, and it will speak on your behalf, because our role is not necessarily taking all the hard decisions on behalf of the state, but we speak on the issues for, say, oh, government needs to do this, or the people are looking up to us as leaders for this to be done. It is also the work of the executive to now assess what we're saying. Like I've said in the last 3 to 4 weeks now, I've been saying, the whole of this year, at school they can lock, so they not pay subsidy. I'm not, as a lawmaker, I don't have the money, I don't make the decision to pay the schools, but I have the right and responsibility to speak on behalf of those schools. We don't do for one only. So man, I trust, you don't trust this academic year, I don't wait. This is in July now. August, now the only month we'll get. In September, school they open. If that person able to pay all that money they back, we say it don't trust chalk and other learning materials, register, it don't, and the trust will take care of the schools, the wash facilities now the schools, all of that, the person not able pay back. There's going to be a challenge in the next academic year opening. So our responsibility as opposition or as members of parliament is to bring out the issues, but administratively to address the issue is now in the hands of the executive. And that is where we find our democracy being challenged, because people also look at we for say, oh, where you talk, so what you don't do now. The doing part is where the executive comes in. My part is to highlight the issues. I bring out the issues. I become firm in bringing out the issues. So that's the different roles we need to understand.
We'll all come back to the topic who they look at. We been boycotts, say una they go to parliament, and una be make a request, say una want the current clerk when Honorable Paran for resign. Yesterday we see a letter where the speaker, Honorable Sengepo, used for communicate to una, say he don't talk to His Excellency the President and they don't send the clerk on leave. But not to leave una be they ask for, na a resignation. Firstly, we una see this letter they address unto una leader. Una feel say it meet una expectations, because una be the demand for resignation. Now the speaker say he don't engage His Excellency, we appoint Honorable Paran and they don't send her on leave. Okay.
Firstly, there's something interesting. I just narrate some basic things before we come to this letter, yeah? It interests you to note, say, by 2018, we grabbed to a new government where public and civil service servants who were allegedly identified, whatever standards they use to identify them for being involved in politics, were rooted out of their offices, they were sacked, and they were sent out of leave. This saga starts with I always don't describe on this BNT and say now a voluntary witness of the clerk. He went voluntarily, he was not coerced. He making voluntary confessions them. Say, this is what I have done. This is where we need to build our democracy. This perhaps now ain't gonna be my theme today, building our democracy for a prosperous Sierra Leone. Because in some other states, when the NTR happen, it's not being left to just the opposition to see what the opposition should do. We have state actors. We have institutions like civil society. We have the bar association. Now we don't get 2 bar. You understand? We have the media. No, but it's still not correct. If this man don't say, "Nah, me don't do all them bad things here," upholding our democracy for me, we all own responsibility. But you know, it happened. We waited a while. We saw no actions. We saw nobody. It was like it's normal. Normalcy has been part of our culture when it comes to people doing the wrong things in Sierra Leone. So we speak out. We write to the speaker, say, "Oh, this thing is wrong. We saw this, and we think say it's very, very wrong." And he replied to me, say, "Okay, I'm getting on to the president, but meanwhile, una can't walk." We say, "No, we know they can't walk." We still sit down, and we received this letter. Interestingly, in this letter, and not just say, "Parent don't go on leave." You know, when somebody to go leave, a different from what they send somebody on leave. In this, is being sent on leave. And if you read the letter further, it say the president will communicate the next line of action. We are yet not satisfied as opposition, because we want to, for this action we parando in other countries, we might go further for seek more redress, because it made voluntarily, as I say, voluntarily na Hindu in statements them say, "Oh, na me know how I count elections where speaker win. Na me know how I maneuver for ensure say speaker arrange, USA arrange. Na me know how I count where they may conduct elections in a parliament. Na me know what I do." These are voluntary statements. So now that they say they don't send them on leave, and the president say he go communicate to we in a next possible line of actions. If you ask me personally, this is my personal opinion, and any other day you ask me, I will tell you the same thing. If you ask me personally, do you trust the next line of action of the president? I will tell you, say, well, until I see him. You understand? But again, he's the president. You may not vote for him, you may not like him, but he is the president of the Republic of Sierra Leone for now. And therefore, if you don't say, "I have asked him to proceed on leave, and I'll take the next line of action," I think it behoves we all as a nation, you understand, for say, okay, first we have come out with the issue. It was not going to be a topical issue until we bring them out. We don't sustain with action. We don't get this result so far. We are going to hold on this until we see what the president they do. But meanwhile, we don't get also people that are good citizens then, just like what maybe they bring this now. Okay, we are part of democracy. We understand the democratic tenet. We understand the democratic values. Now we think say, you know, don't take this action. We were watching as citizens, but also also know say, in as much as the woman for go making air, but if they making air, they tell you they cook. If the soup burn, that's the fear of the people. And as a representative of the people, whatever actions should they take, we not only they consult with two parties, but we also they get feedback from the people. I think also we do so now they will get a quick balance to say, okay, as long as we wait for the president going forward, for see the next line of action where he go communicate. But the fact that he even respect we call for the very first time and say and take action and say let the clerk go on leave, I think that's a win for democracy.
It took almost a month for Leone get this letter. We come out from the Speaker of Parliament with the directive from the president for confirm to una say the clerk they go on leave. You don't make it clear and not meet una demand where una been they ask for. They not meet that demand date. But since yesterday to now, you don't talk about say consultation. And the letter not just confirm say the clerk don't go on leave. It also encourage una for go back na parliament. What's the situation around that?
We are also meeting with the leadership of parliament this morning. And yesterday we don't pull notice to MPs them. I don't communicate, that's my responsibility for every MP, APC MP, can parliament this morning.
For attend sitting?
No, we are now to explain. I don't pull a notice. We only converge this morning in parliament. We are meeting with the speaker. We're meeting with the other side of parliament. We're not the ruling bench. We go sit down, and whatever come out of the go inform with next line of action. If we're going to the well of Parliament, then they go be public, and we go come back to the public and explain to them how we go. Waiting, you see, so this is not to the first letter of the speaker writes to we. If we don't write to we first, and this is not the second letter. So throughout this process, we will not be doing at the well. We are also engaging. Democracy is not a devil and a deep blue sea situation. Democracy is also a situation of talk, engagement, and arriving at an answer. So as I say, in going forward, we also want to get a situation where we go also continue for the engage on then situations there. We get to do it, building our democracy, building our institutions. Because today, it's the SLPP in power. I am sure and certain we are going to come to power after the next elections. And some of the things that happen now, we want to build a solid rock upon which they're not going to ever happen. Because for me, no matter what you think, every Sierra Leonean deserves a better portion of this country. It deserves better social services. It deserves better economic opportunities. And if we can only do that as leaders, when we're able to build the institutions, we go support the ordinary citizen.
When we look at the time we take the speaker for communicate back to Ona don't make this request, say Ona give Honorable Parent 2 weeks for resign in position because it is contest for an executive position inside in party. It take this while. And now the speaker don't communicate with the other appointer when His Excellency. But before now, I don't get disagreement with the ruling SLPP party in a parliament. The way how I don't resolve them is different. Either it can end chaos, bringing police na the well of parliament. But this time around, I use the right channel then for communicate. I leader right, then the speaker self-respond in writing. This na any way for less citizens then feel say democracy they win na the House of Parliament.
Well, again, as I say, in all parliaments over the world, there are different approach to different issue. And as you go in the process, you also again, before I learn not miss my thought, you ask on the time, you know, I'm not like for answer that particular question. They even were in private conversations. Right. You know, say the president they fly too much, and because the president they fly and they travel, and if now the speaker again for consult, some of them consultations they can better be done in one-to-one, face-to-face conversation. So you get to understand. But I should say now that the president, the Papa for West Africa, I know go the fly boku because there are many other international issues now on it. So maybe that's one of the reasons why we get this boku time lap. But as I say, there are different issues and there are different approach. When the approach reach we demand for like this kind, we sure see we go get continuous engagements as we continue for go where it is possible, and where it is not possible we go also ensure say we come out to the public and speak to them.
So now that I don't use this channel say with the boycotts, we know they take part anything we get for do with parliamentary affairs until the address we concern them. Now a channel wanna go continue for use in case in the future wanna get any disagreement with the ruling bench.
Are you going to show you how they catch which man? As I say, there are many opportunities available to either the ruling bench or the opposition at every given time. Yeah? So for this situation, for this given circumstance, you understand? I think this is the appropriate method we use. If there are other situations we avail, we awkward than this, we might use other opportunities. We are not drawn in from even using the court. So it's the given circumstance and the given situation and the predict we response.
So now let me just play the devil's advocate. Now the president through the clerk say they don't send the president through the speaker in office say they don't send Honorable Paran on leave. Nobody no know when this leave go expire. and Honorable Paran they contest for be Secretary General of the party, when at the SLPP. And one argument will be host to a leader now they push forward. Clerk na somebody who for be neutral, independent, if for serve all the parties within na parliament. And Honorable Parana one who don't accuse say not to that kind of person, because they don't come out publicly in a blog where it conduct interview, talk about the tricks where it play for the president's bill win power. And that's now one thing where una leader who host and been speak strongly against. What if Honorable Paran contest these elections, eventually it no win, then it come back in a parliament as clerk, because I just leave the president senate, resign, wait una they ask for.
Okay, you face to fine for you play devil's advocate. Why be small when talk about devil natural war? And because you face fine and you talk about devil's advocate, I'm not going to respond to it and go be with possible with next line of actions. But as I say, we're a political institution. We prone to many actions. And as I say again, we are having an engagement this morning. After that engagement day, we will also communicate to the public, because we are representing the public. We will also communicate to the public with next line of actions. But in case anything happen, we no go preempt.
They win in this call they make, because we just don't see the speaker say they don't communicate on a dissatisfaction una gets with Honorable Paran being the clerk. The president don't tell them say let it go and leave. And now in a parliament, una feel say una they win.
I don't want to win in this kind of situation.
Why?
I'll tell you what, democracy is not about winning. Democracy is about building institutions. You see this step what they say so today? It will be a landmark decision. We go stay forever, and people will refer to this process what they go through. So now whenever we get clerk, for me, if that is victory, then I will celebrate it. I don't want to win as a party in opposition in a situation we get for do it democracy. I want democracy to thrive. It means if democracy thriving means we are building up more negotiations, more dialogue within parliament. We will be a practice within the parliamentary system. If that one day I winning, then I will give myself a thumbs up. And I want for winning that kind of way. But I don't want to win in a situation wherein it is us against the SLPP. I rather want us together collaboratively in Parliament, reason with UNICEF and say, hey, I think this one is an error. It's not Khadija winning, it's not AKK winning, but let's build the institutions. I have said I don't disagree with Obama when he says building institutions in Africa is what builds democracy. But again, I am saying it's men that builds institutions. So you need strong men to build strong institutions. And if those strong men must be us in this current parliament, for make the rules, make the projections, make all it in need for people to get them strong institution, then if that one they mean victory for we, then it's a collective victory where we all for celebrate. Finally, I also want to say this is the first time where an opposition party they write the speaker. The speaker communicates directly to them and communicate back to the president. For me, I want to say kudos to the speaker. Yeah, we may have our differences in political ideologies and every other thing, but the fact that he not only communicates to the, if I don't communicate to the president and me to back and say, I don't talk to the power, now this year I agree on, now this year I agree on, law can sit on that table. But it take a strong man for right, you understand, and respond and send them public, say this is the position of the president on this matter. I have not seen most of those matters coming from the office of the presidency. And for me, I will say to President Bill, this is what democracy is about. Democracy is not seeing your opponent as an enemy. Democracy is about listening to the people who say things again, who oppose you, because me, a small name, me, I begin to understand, see, oppositions are meant to position you. They are not meant to tear you apart or tear you down. when they bring out the issues they think you're supposed to do, and when you address them, you are being in a better position for able address the needs of the people. When I talk on water, I don't just talk about water or they go to meals. I'm talking for the vast majority.
You state earlier say the meeting where they get to the name perhaps go determine whether or not go back na parliament or continue for boycotts. But this meeting where the APC they go all with the ruling bench, what's not they carry at the table because on demands them already they public and they're aware of them. What's new on they carry at the table this morning?
Okay. What we they go with? If I begin I happen to be a peace expert and a negotiator. You're going to the table. You don't go public and start to say, okay, this is what we are demanding. Our demands are there. They've taken some action as a government. We're going to sit down and talk on those issues. And as I say, why not be talk about winning here? Be talk about it's not about us going to the table and take everything. It's about both sides doing what is right for the progress of our democracy and for the progress of our nation. And we also, going forward, I want to use this platform for also say, institutions where people don't give so much respect in this country, like the bar associations, the civil society institutions, like the media. In some of the issues there, we also expect them to get an opinion for also this. Because when it becomes too political, again, it can also drop the sensation where people then get to the issue. But if it comes from then credible, some of them, well, I use credible in quotation, institutions, they ever say, hey, based on what we had from Paran, we think there is a foul play. Can we approach the president on this? It also they build democracy. If you go to, I've always said, if you go to countries like Ghana, the civil society space is almost run along the political issues. When there are issues, they go direct to the president. But in Sierra Leone today, we are civil society, they talk. You say the last while I be add up, I go to president. And that kind of situation there of civil society advocacy needs for be tailored up, need for be built up to a point that we all as citizens we will build with democracy.
Una concern say the letter where the speaker writes to Unana Parliament not indicates how long Honorable Paran go on leave, because even the letter dated the 1st of June, but inside the letter it states and they say the directive we get for the press from the president, Honorable Paran for the on leave effective 20th of June. But Una gets this letter we dated the 1st of June. Timing in this capacity, wait Una make up of them.
Okay. I think I make something very clear to you. See, we're going to meet this morning. And maybe all of these technicalities are actually the issues why we are going to meet. And it will be a very bad negotiator who they go to the table and I get all of this. I can begin to discuss them earlier. Maybe all I go do is I will tell you, say, after this morning engagement who they get, we make something I get for left early because it's almost 9. We're going to start about 9 this morning. And when we done that meeting, then we go able.
Concern, but then technicalities here as you refer to them.
If I am not concerned, then I am not political.
Honorable, we're not new to negotiation, especially in recent times. After 2023 elections, we see una go back into negotiation with the government. Una spend about 3 days. I've been to Mani negotiating about una for come back into governance. Everybody puts their cards at the table. After that negotiation day, we'll see them burn a tripartite committee begin work, do recommendation. Now they go back at the table at the parliamentary level. Waiting on a best card on they put forward.
I have said this morning, and I still hold that position. They say we are going into a kind of roundtable discussions with the colleagues them, and we go communicate the outcome. But I know I'm prejudice the that very level there. As I say, we not start with them, which is contrary to which you try to draw me to. In the tripartite and all the agreement, them they started with the agreements and implementation. In this case, we started with actions, and we've taken actions. They've taken actions. So it's a two different scenarios here. And I don't want to talk on the issues of the tripartite, but I also would tell you, say, even at the level of the tripartite, as it was done, it also gets a own advantage where they build, where also they help for build the country and democracy, and also try to address some of the issues them where now all age problems around the election cycle. So as I say, it's for people who believe it's a win-win, it's a win-take, a winners-take-all situation, and then they always get issues with negotiations. In governance, it's not just about winning the decision of the day, it's also leaving a precedence where go be used tomorrow in further actions. I have said in this situation, we also go encourage, we counterpart them for that we ensure that democracy thrives, because if democracy does not thrive, the risky part of them is we are leaving precedents today where maybe the next government might not use them, but you will get other governments we go come later, you refer to them wire and do worse.
This particular clerk, Onan, the APC MP, then get a very long history with this particular clerk. Now, post we don't call police them inside the well of Parliament, for let them bundle una out of Parliament. This particular clerk, so many disagreements then they we una don't get with and now be una colleague, we don't serve na Parliament as a member of Parliament before they appoint as member of Parliament. Genuinely, now the character una get issues with ona in actions towards ona get issues with.
Personally, we don't have issues with Paran as a person. It's difficult for a member of Parliament, even when we divide from different political parties, get issue with we self by character, because we didn't bring we all together in our politics. We are working in the same environment. Naturally, I never ever I don't sabi before now, but as a person and all which you don't do within Parliament, not in our issue. I have said this morning, our focus is building the institution called Parliament. Yeah, because imagine I said it to somebody, say even when they remove Paran, the president is going to appoint somebody again. We're inconvenient with, because now you get the power for appoint. So you don't even predict what the next person coming will do better. So if now for we own advantage or now for what you do, because okay, we don't know this one, or we sabi in waiting self, we don't deal with them for almost 7 years. We say okay, if now for Paran as a person, before they go out, so you buy tomorrow and not sabi, or then go out Lamina or go Jove and Boy, where something any young character go worse than this one you the direct of Paran. We don't say okay, Paran, but we cannot keep quiet in short a blatant display of what they call a public confession, and everybody expects us as opposition to just be quiet about this.
Here's a tricky one. Now, interest una the faithful, because 10 day where huge corruption allegation with the linger on this same clerk, una all in a Parliament, una no ask say because of the huge corruption allegation they are on we clerk, would they demand say if he resign?
Okay, when it comes to the issue of corruption and the clerk, first of all, corruption not to sing and dance on a ball. Corruption gets stages in investigations. If I say Mabel, for example, corrupt, me way they talk get for proof. In the case of Tawa and Geva also start, they explain. We all in the committee. I was a member of the committee. Then go through the committee. We asked them for evidence for proof. Then they all within the tender na oral things them. Them be supposed to pay this money and not come. We tailor and down to the the Ministry of Finance, we find out, see, some of the accusation them at that time, the monies are not even come. Or them supposed to pay MPs and for go oversight, they not give committees and to oversight. All that was investigated. It is not our role only to say, because you don't shout corruption, we for Allah. Again, we have to be responsible opposition. Let me land.
No, Honorable, that 10 day, even the public, maybe they comment on the issue, then they say, for the fact that the Clerk of Parliament give employment to INWEF.
No, now two issues them.
You not only give employment to INWEF not be they go work.
No, now two issues them. The one I don't begin narrate, so this was what happened in the 5th Parliament. Now it's first.
Referring to this one.
Okay. So let me say, we don't come a long way with the clerk. I not even feel good for discuss him as a person. Yeah. After that one day, the Givao and Tawa with we again saw them coming to the well and withdrawing their statements. If them people they withdraw their statement publicly in the well, it's not my role for say no corruption take place. We may not get preview to them. Come to the 5th and the 6th Parliament. There were allegations of corruption where the institution were responsible for corruption say, as far as I'm concerned, and the evidence we then get, yes, the woman was employed. Not you read all the recommendations. And to say no
coming to the recommendation,
no,
because before even ACC take up this case, whistleblower be done day.
No, before the whistleblower come out, again, this is where the media not for this sleep, because it was us, it was Abdul Kabu we first of all asked that the clerk step aside and allow the investigation for happen. That's
from the question they ask you, say this all owner they ask for, you get for do about owner interest, not to this democracy where you they portray for say owner the fight for democracy, owner the fight for the right precedents for be happen na the well of Parliament, because ten them where huge corruption they on this same clerk, owner no say owner the boycotts because then kind corruption case that they hanging. The only thing we've been accommodating the dinner that on a leader say let the clerk step aside.
Okay. Parliament is run in two angles. You have the administrative angle of Parliament, where most times at the corruption they happen. Money, business, blah 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 blah. That level of the service of Parliament, and that one day way happen with the clerk. There is a state institution called the Anti-Graft. And when the ACC do all the investigations, then tell we say they were waiting, then they don't find all the waiting. They made the recommendations and very clear. This one what we talk about has to do with the day-to-day runs we get for do with the activities. Again, in this one we talk about, you depend on investigations and results for come out. For now they determine the positions so they take. This one we talk about now we say we're being personal, we are not being personal. It's not for our benefits. This one are the man safe. I don't know how you go deal with picking on two accounts. A thief the fishbowl. Then they say that picking and thief the fishbowl at the port. You know, say and somebody can't tell you. This one I can't be say, Mama, na me peace na debate. I not be the sleepo, na me peace. The approach in all two situations in the will never be the same.
How you able to fit into this context?
Okay, because this one, it's deliberately, it's the man himself who came out and say, I was the one who did A, B, C, D, and E.
Was that his crime? Because that's not in crime Una communicates to the public, not because of the blog interview. For Una say because it a contest for an executive position in party.
Okay. I think you need to go back and read the first letter.
Before this interview,
and I was also on public media for engage the public on them. I think I was in SLBC. I'm sure I was not here.
UNICEF engage on a leader on that. Una don't portray to the public like that because in the Honorable Paran Tarawali, they contest for an executive position. Before later, the issue of this blog interview where grants also it talk about how it manipulates for let President Bio win the elections.
Okay. I say again. there are two different scenarios here. Yeah. One, the accusation of corruption, which has to do with we as opposition. You can't say, okay, we say let the man step aside and allow the investigation to go on. It is not our role to investigate. I am a part of the Commission of Parliament. I am also a honorable commissioner. We sit on another commission day. We then present all the facts then to we. We had, again, the public not ever read we own report on the finding of that allegation of corruption day. Yes, it's a public, and it's really happened in Parliament, a public document. You can go there and look for them. If you read that report, maybe we know we'll get this back and forth on this one. Again, I refer you to the ACC document. If you are not satisfied with this, the only thing we can say is we keep that issue in view. You understand? That maybe because of this commissioner we there now, is comfortable with the relationship with the clerk. And instead of him taking action, and again, I don't know, but I think I've been in many shows where I don't talk, say, the fight against corruption in Sierra Leone has now been left to review because it is within the SLPP and it's the Green Boys committing the crime. And it has also been the situation of refunding when it comes to the current situation. So we not when we talk on the ACC issue and it has to do with the issue of corruption, we're not just a peg we review on just waiting the parent case. We've said many times, me personally don't say the fight against corruption should not just be limited now to review. After that, they say, oh, they review the systems and of employment within Parliament. However, we ask parent for refund. That's what their definite position. Again, our position at the time was it could not still be in office when the investigation was done. Do I feel I need to be commended for that? No. But I thought we took an action and that action sustained the outcome of the ACC investigation. Are we satisfied with the ACC recommendation or verdict on that matter? No. Do we have any other thing to do further? No. Because that is what they brought out. And now they no more get the power for charge somebody to court for corruption under the current laws of Sierra Leone. I don't have that power.
Back to the question I ask you. This matter una they pursue with the clerk, is it about una personal interest or una na crusader them for rights practices?
Okay, if it's our personal issues, I don't think the president ever consult me, say, would I for be the next clerk. Because by mistake, if the president appoints me, then I will get problem for either choose Mabel or Khadija. Well, everybody knows I will choose Mabel for Gode. Because me now, you know, but because I'm not going to be consulted, and I not see how my personality, my personal interest can be, because I'm not going to be the one.
Una party's interest.
I don't say this over and again. Whosoever the president is going to appoint will not be APC. So I not see how we party interest can side.
I say on a party interest because Honorable Paran, na a very strong character, na so the public perceive and for be, based on certain actions them, where it can take, where it can to controversial issues them, we get political advantage na the well. Everybody in the society can boldly and take a stance.
If I was not on here and I laugh for laugh, but that would be disrespectful to the people. With all due respect to you, we make mistakes as politicians holding a power for things we are powerful, or we take positions, we say, oh, now me they take this decision. The most weak people on earth are politicians. Pull police with the support parent cannot do anything. By himself, we team up now the well. With all this with them lie with the guy lie saying they do. By himself, we team up now the well, so he cannot move even an ant past a call policeman there. So what he uses is state powers, not powerful in any way. Yeah? That is how we are as politicians. Because if I able to instruct police then today, say, una go and una go do this, and then take me order, I think I am powerful. We are not powerful. Politicians are more vulnerable people. And that is why I've always said, even in my private conversation with people, say, if at all we know, you understand, the security architecture of this country, we are not going to discuss in our public. We not even wish to forget football riots in a salon. Can we look at the number of the police and the number of soldiers holding a salon? You know, if you get a sustained football riot actually across the country, even at SLF president more than choose people and say they agree and then decide for going at it, we'll not get that police presidency. So we are not powerful. Let me make this point clear. We are never powerful as politicians. We use state apparatus, whether the courts, you manipulate the courts and get your way out, or you manipulate the police, then give them wrong instructions. And even when the policeman they go implement that wrong instructions, they know it is wrong, but because they depend on governments, whether for promotion or other things, those are the things. And that's why when you go to the recommendation of the tripartite, it talk about how can we as a nation get way for make the police maybe a bit independent and the judiciary a bit independent.
This morning say na una the politician then una na the problem na this country.
I don't know when I talk that one day.
Just talk and say now they use state apparatus them.
No, I not say me. I say nine.
But you say politician and you are a politician.
I think Khadija, I am one person that choose me words them clearly. I say let me land again. I think if you wait and say you go clearly understand what they talk. I say when it comes to vulnerability, people in political offices are more vulnerable. The only thing we get, we use, I am specific to the parent situation, that always they don't do, whether not the Bintomani we call policeman them, whether not parliament or 3 occasions we don't call policeman them, it depends on manipulating the police. I'm talking about one person.
No, but you say politician.
It's parent farmer.
So then make us say yourself na politician now.
I have never been in a situation where I don't use the police wrongly. Never. And me now, one post I always stand for reform. One day I am sure keep these records. I go in at the other side of governance and I go tell you still always stand for reforms. I have said this because Khadija, by mistake, I have never stayed out of Sierra Leone more than 1 month. Never. I not school out of Salon. I not get no other country for go. And I also have grown all my kids here, and I want them to have that kind of serene environment where they're not go scared for left Salon anyway. Most of the people we President Bio appoint so. Now when they get appointment and then get opportunity for say stay Salon for 1 month. So man from where left Salon, now appointment out and back. So they have no fear in doing anything wrong because the next flight, if any chaos happen now, they go away. But for some of we now no more we get as a nation. We are being careful on how we treat other people.
Honorable, back to our capacity as the people's representatives in Parliament. This period we are not out of Parliament, even though, according to you, now for build institutions, they make on take this decision. This particular decision, and our capacity for represent the people. You think say been in the best interest of the people, where even though on are not good in Parliament, but Parliament be the go ahead with them business.
Okay. I think it's in the best interest of the people.
I think so.
Mabel, sometimes in football, people win. Sometimes they play football, they draw, and sometimes they lose. In all 3 of them situations, they get a more lessened land, then get, they also help them for decide the next line of actions. And for we in this current situation, I am sure if there is no country in the world where people don't ask for reforms, we not come with costs. In some nations, people ask for reforms. Go to Egypt, for example. People took to the street and they were shooting them, but they still say Mubarak must go. You go to Tunisia, you go to other countries as we speak, other nations, and still they take. We've taken the soft side for now, and we're asking gently that we do the reforms for the progress of our nation. I think that is not bad.
Certain say the outcome of this meeting where you know for talk with the kind of the table today that on obviously go back and say on the begin go back now Parliament. That's nothing where people already know say gets for happen. But this particular negotiations we una still they get with the leadership na parliament. Now one way una trust based on una experience with the government.
Well, you see again, when you say government, me I get beaucoup in a government who are not trust. And this is my personal opinion, and this is my personal interface with them. Plenty who are not trust. But again, it also means say not the first time this would only get conversations within parliament, or they get the results we required, both from the 5th and the 6th parliament. So we're going to meet within parliament, and we're going to engage within parliament, as I say, in both ways, our going and our not going, all will be principally built on the interests of the people.
The question is if una trust the one they want to go negotiate with na parliament.
Well, I think I don't answer that one day. See, within government, there are people I don't trust. Within parliament, we've had many in-room discussions them. And some of the in-room discussions, and they have been very fruitful, and they've worked for the interests of the nation. We know we always will get in-room dialogue. We expect for kind of public and say, oh, we go talk about.
Yes, say una trust the one that go dialogue with na the leadership na parliament.
If that's what you want me to say, yes, then there was no need for we get a dialogue. We just want to, when they don't tell this, it's okay, we agree. But because we are calling for a dialogue, meaning we want another phase of more talks.
Well, not trust the outcome so far.
It's a big word to distrust people in public, and I was not brought up that way to say no, I not trust Mabel, or else if I don't say even the question they ask me, so I not trust you because I don't know what's in your mind.
Because like he communicates with another letter, the president go later disclose any other decision we go get for make. What's another look forward to?
It's impossible. We'll go also tell the president like Corey. Or we talk on the phone, like give you more assurance. Maybe that could be a part of we. Since you want to know what you would go for.
All right, let's look at a few messages then before you left we. That's now Honorable AKK in the whip na parliament for the opposition APC party. They are the tweet this morning. They talk about a letter we come yesterday from the speaker in office where they communicate to them say the speaker don't engage with His Excellency the President, and they don't agree say the Clerk of Parliament for proceed on leave effective June 20th. We now few weeks don't pass so now, but now yesterday the letter they make them public, and the APC MP them don't they away from Parliament for about 2 weeks because they made the demand say the clerk for resign. For 2 reasons where they make to the public. One, they say they run for an executive position inside them party local elections where they carry on, and also then say the clerk been grant interview to one local blog who say it talk about how it be help President Bio for win the elections. Now then 2 things there be make the APC MP then say then they demand for Honorable Parani resignation, or then they seize them participation force in Parliament. Well, now that's make we get Honorable AKK this morning for can talk if they're satisfied with this communication we come out from the President through the Speaker in office. But he say then they get engagement this morning and then they come back to the public. Then we read some of our messages them. We don't come inside the program so far. Suleiman Kamara from YouTube, they say people of integrity do not hide their reactions or opinions. They do not manipulate others through deception, and they do not pretend. Thank you, AKK.
This one from George Walker, he said, I hope and pray that this time around, the members of parliament from the All People's Congress keep to their word, and not when the going gets tough, they make visits to the lodge at night.
This one, they say, to build strong institutions, men and women need to respect those institutions and not politicize and undermine those institutions, which over the years both parties have done. They come out from George Walker on YouTube.
On the Facebook page, the message from Patrick Musa Momodu say, APC MP's decisions is always in their personal interest, not for the people that voted for them. For example, the worst decision ever made by the APC is not to partake at the midterm census that led us to the type of election that we conducted.
I hope and pray this time that all of the members of Parliament of the All People's Congress will keep to their word. All right. Will you look at other message? This one, they say, I'm tired of Sierra Leone politicians. People are dying every day in hospitals. Honorable AKK did not advocate for citizens. Instead, he advocated strongly for MP to seek medical treatment abroad.
Sandy Rogers, they say, Honorable, you have clearly said that your leadership in Parliament has developed some level of understanding with Honorable Paran as a clerk. In my estimation, I think moving for his removal might be a big mistake, as you can't tell the character of his replacement.
Kane Brahma, they say, he did not say he manipulated for President Bill to win elections. What he said was he do everything possible for the SLPP to get majority in Parliament.
We look at small messages. This other one from Aliko Ben Kuroma is AKK is just denying his immediate statement in the studio.
This one, they say, Honorable AKK, what action will your party take if the president decides to retain Honorable Parantarawali in his position as Clerk of Parliament?
For the Mustafa Ture say they should have walked out of Parliament after the Speaker has interpreted the 2/3 in his own way. What is the point of taking part in such an important vote in a partisan parliament when your chances of winning is zero? They have to rest their priorities.
Frederick Bilal Mansaye, they say, good morning, Liberty TV. Sierra Leone is truly moving forward with democracy. For the first time, the government is showing respect by listening to the opposition. This is a big change in our country. It shows that leaders are ready to hear different views and work together for the peace and progress. When the government listens to all sides, it helps build trust among the people. This is a good step for democracy, and this continues so that every citizen can have a voice and be part of decisions that affect their lives. Sierra Leone on the right path.
Samuel Thorley say, frankly speaking, I still have the integrity of the entire Parliament in doubt, and I'm sure a great number of Sierra Leoneans do the same. That's why it's vital to maintain integrity in highest standards.
When they look at more messages, we don't come inside the program this morning. This one we go take. They say, AKK, una no serious. But all the bad things them we don't happen na Paran in case no more make una work out. AKK na salaries no more una they take na this parliament. Una let the SLPP not be seen but people them. Abubakar Sidianke Kanuna in the sender message there.
This one from Aliyu Kamara, it says, since the clerk has been sent on Parliament, the dust is settled.
Okay, one more. They will come to Honorable for response. JJ, they say, the problem with the APC, it's all right.
Well, this one I will replace him with Hassan Siddiq Kamara. Kaman Sisese. Suppose the president decides to appoint Lahailo and Slima as the next clerk of Parliament, what happens? And we'll come over to Honorable AKK before the level for response to the message, and we're coming.
Firstly, when I listen to the messages, then I think we will try on the integrity of Parliament. You know, if you go YouTube, if you go DSTV, there's a whole channel on the Nigerian Parliament, where the people, they can follow them Parliament when they are sitting every day or any other time. I think one of the things we have to deal with first is, me personally, this is not data driven because I don't have data for this. But I would say that less than 5%, less than 0.5% of Sierra Leoneans actually they know it in the Harbour Parliament. And this is bad for our democracy because the citizens, well, not that they are not interested in what happens in Parliament, but it also means that they don't have the required information. Women say we PR team in Parliament get a whole lot of work for do. And somebody they say with the current health situation of the country, we know they talk about that in the world. I think thank God I am in liberty, because I think I am and the Minister of Health wrestle over the issues around the health sector in this country. And I also remember the last time I was in Kenema, but look at the toilet situation at the hospital in Kenema. And I also think, say, away from that one day, me personally don't try for construct health clinic in my constituency for also address the issue of the health condition there. I think there is nothing more an MP could do than that. But he also mentioned, say, oh, we they seek for international treatment overseas. I just got a sad encounter then days here where, you know, out of one of the clinics that will open, the DM will be supposed for sending medical personnel at the center, and I was supposed to be there for receive them. On that very day, I was going for work. I was going to meet with my people. I get an accident. So imagine it was that fatal way bigger for maybe broke me. If we are saying we're asking for that kind of medical way for ensure, say, in that situation where I have to be find myself, the state for able to take care of me. If I ain't the person they refer to, I will say any other day, anytime, I will be one of the people who will go advocate for that one day on behalf of MPs. I will not shy away from it at any level. You know, sincerity is part of governance. I think even when I be in an NGO field, ordinary NGO work or ABB, I'll be also entitled to medical. So if I say, if MP gets problem in the course of in duty, like just within the last 1 year, 4 of MPs in Akambia will further involved into accidents. The Honorable Adama Bangura Mahmoud, still they struggle with their health. At the Common Parliament, less than 100 meters away, as you left the main gate, where you bend the can down to Narokel, now the other motka can bang and bienam, a motka turn and a motka somersault there. If you say for let government take care of that kind of person, the way they struggle with in health, they like it today. Now crime, after na office, come on, sitting, come up, I think I'll still continue to advocate for that situation. Then the Honorable Mohammed Tarali Gewe come out na Cambia district involved in a serious accident whilst they go Cambia for go all meeting with people. If you say where I talk about that one day, I am being not being patriotic for advocate. My role is a whip in Parliament, and the welfare of the MPs when it comes to medical is not limited. It not limits me not for talk about it, but I will talk about that any day, anytime. So somebody also talk about there is a big change and democracy is winning. And I think that's what's the center of me trust of me conversation on this morning. That we for allow democracy for win. One of the things again I think we don't bring to the table on side of the leadership, now for also get people, citizens. You cannot build the trust of the citizens by sitting in the media or which will the debates in our parliament no more. We can win the trust of citizens by also get more interface with the public. So as leaders of the opposition, we don't make them so easy that I get many people who don't contact me through Facebook, my Facebook page, me TikTok. Oh, can I have your number? I get this kind of important thing for talk about. And this is why most times when we discuss national issues, we get the data, we get the information from the people, and because we don't open the space for let we communicate more to the people, I think then they again go build the public confidence. I am also a citizen. Away from being a member of parliament, I am also a citizen. If I was not a parliamentarian by now, and somebody asks me, what's your confidence level in parliament? Maybe if the person they give it 10,000, tell me for we don't give 2. But when I am a member of parliament now, I also acknowledge the fact that there are challenges when it comes to the means of communication, the means of the knowledge base of our citizens over what in parliament they do. I go say maybe apart from lawyers where they read the laws or they make 90% of Sierra Leoneans them not even get access for see the laws, because imagine if somebody didn't have boy do we make law now, either I get na phone where would they tell we IT and people in thinking how they upload their laws and they but force them the person ever come all the way in a bookshop for come buy the laws. Even the Constitution of Sierra Leone, I mean, people get opportunity for read them. So all of them one and they bring challenge to we work as parliamentarian. But that is the growing challenge, and this is why we're saying we must try to build institutions. We must also try for open up the civic space, the civic education aspects, where we citizens go understand what we they do and what they're supposed to carry it to we and what they expect from we as members of parliament. It is more so doubtful because as we still do in the 6th parliament of the Second Republic, we still get people where they take the parliamentary role for as the same as what we did in the First Republic, where now a duty line for parliamentarians and for solve every other issue that the constituency. So when you talk to people actually on the distrust about parliament, then distrust is not built on the functions of oversight, then distrust is not built on the function of representing them in the world, then functions are built on the fact, say, oh, the member of parliament here, they're not the bill of school, look, we would by way poor. So again, there comes the need for continuous education, but frustratingly, in the 5th parliament, I say this one day, not the world. I say, are they na parliament, are they inside the world? Me people already call me, say, one NGO go na my constituency and they ask the people, what will a member of parliament don't do for now? So you even they see, say, even the one that we supposed to educate the people and say, no, not to the one, not to the rule, then the one. Now then go back, they go, they ask the people and say, what in the MPs that they do for now? So back to the topic is, if in case the president appoints Lawrence Lima. The Lima I don't see in the last 2 weeks. He look a calm gentleman now, and
so I prefer choice.
No. I think he has grown political maturity, but for handle parliament, it's not an easy task. You know, it's a challenging role.
All right.
So we look forward for. If the president is going to appoint another clerk, for appoint somebody who is maybe, could I use the word maturity? Somebody who is more mature, somebody who gets the required.
Where they on live so now?
Well, Paran is a matured person, but we handle this last part. Not be sure that it's not that kind of Paran we actually use for C. So. That's the situation.
Honorable AKK, many thanks for you joining at this edition of the Breakfast Show. And as you the left we now, waiting will be your message to the one they want to represent, especially based on the outcome, waiting for the expectations from the meeting we want to get this morning with Parliament.
First of all, I want to use this platform for appeal to my colleagues, them members of Parliament. I think we get to address the issue of visibility and we availability to we people them. And we get for also increase we communication level to we people because today one of the things I go say I go wish for discuss so much is you cannot build institutions when the people are in doubt, and the more we interface with the people, the more we build the confidence of the people. I think I want to be truthful to my conscience, say that aspect of we governance is still challenged. The one-on-one interface with the people. And again, the other side is we also go leg for leg with people. Once in a while, come and get dialogues with we. You call me, oh, I want to discuss on this issue. I'll give you the audience because there are many national issues we don't know about. Yeah? And until they are brought forward to us, we cannot advocate for them.
Many thanks, Honorable AKK, we join with this morning for can discuss waiting on a feel so far based on the communication we come out from the Speaker of Parliament concerning on a concern they want to get about Honorable Paran for resign.
One last thing, not forget as if then me go recommend, I go recommend maybe I not go recommend you. Now maybe I'll recommend for the job.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Well, now they end the program this morning. That's now being Honorable Abdul Karim Kamara, when the opposition whip na parliament, if they state them position. According to us so far, the letter no means that they resume back their participation at parliament, but then they engage, then they continue for engage with the speaker for ensure say this morning they get a meeting from there, then they come back to members of the public, and I'm sure we'll get any communication from they'll go put her out there so we're going to know the official position of the APC members of parliament. Say we've been seized their participation first because they say they want the clerk for resign, and now that His Excellency the President through the Speaker in office don't send on leave, what's next? Now the question now they don't put to Honorable AKK, but he said they meet this morning, and after that meeting, then go come back to the public. Now the breakfast show go left you. Continue for watch Liberty TV, as this now you home for all the news them, the latest breaking news them about different things the way they happen in the country. Many thanks to we technical team, Musa Saukoma and Samuel Thomas, we support the production team for this edition. Meet you. Mina Khadija Bangura, they say have a good day.
All right, until we meet again, Mabel Kabadi say get a good day and goodbye.
Develop city, then clean. All clean city, develop.
This is Yvonne Akisoya, Mayor of Freetown. And today, I want to talk to Freetonians about sanitation. We objective, transform Freetown, transforming lives. We not go able to achieve them if we all not join hands. Freetown City Council get role, but every Freetonian also get responsibility. Let me start first with the fact say FCC with the sweep 110 major streets every single morning from Monday to Saturday. But when we don't sweep the streets, if Freetonians then come and they continue for heap dirty in the street, in order to make the place look fine. Now make we get them litter bins them. The yellow bins we wanna go see around. So when you waka, you drink from your water bottle, your water plastic, you eat your packets on tin. Not even a ground where you done. Make sure say you put on one of them bins then they. That litter bin they. In order for you host dirty. You know mean say if you pack you host dirty, you can pin her next to the bins them. Not to the idea that. Not give you host dirty to them one way the Allah say clean salon, clean salon. No say that dirty way they collect now you host. In order for Karango, now the one of the two official sites. In order Karango Kisi Bome, in order Karango King Tom Bome. It turns so it left on the ground. And now we council get a problem, but you self get a problem. Because now front somebody else in Domot, your own dirty don't end up. So what you for do with your host dirty? We get the one then a council where we don't certify. So then approved waste providers. Then they on tricycles, some of them they a vehicle. You will get host, you will get business, you in a hospital, institution, everybody for make sure say their waste collected by an approved FCC waste collector. We get the tricycle groups, we get the companies. So you go see them around. We engage with them on a regular basis. And wait till we go do now as we come into this new year. Now for make sure say FCC stand behind them. For you, for no side and day, and for let them go to you, so that we no go get a gap. When you heap dirty in a gutter, it end up na Lumley Beach, Toke Beach, all the tourism ambition where we get for the city, we lost that potential there. FCC, they spend boku money pan dirty business, the fuel, the labor, the vehicle maintenance, the spare parts, the night operations. The illegal dump site clearing where we get for the do every now and then. All that boku money. I'm not gonna say we're not gonna spend anything, but we're going to reduce some. if Freetonians then do the right thing. Because we not go get for go clear illegal dump sites. We not go get for sweep as many streets and spend as long. So if we reduce that money we spend now on dirty business, we go able put some on development. We all want for improving municipal schools. We want improve the markets them. We want for let we see new developments at the city. That money we will use for dirty business. You and while we all make up we mind. Pay.
You are watching Liberty Breakfast Show on Liberty Online TV.